So
hey, it's RNDM, and you got some breaking news over here.
RNDM on R. Kelly. The R in RNDM this week is R. Kelly. No, Robert Kelly. No, apparently he's filing to try to get his child porn charges thrown out due to statute of limitations. Now my question was, if you're innocent, does that make you look any more innocent when you try to get it thrown out on statute of limitations? Like when your defense comes down to that, you're pretty fucking guilty, right?
I mean, the statute of limitations exists for a reason. I'm not saying that R. Kelly is. I'm not trying to defend R. Kelly and say he didn't do the crimes that he did.
Well, I'm not saying they don't exist for a reason. I'm saying, does that make somebody ever seem like innocent when they're like defense of statute of limitations, like it's too much time has passed?
I mean, if I don't know. I mean, if something happened 20 years ago and you're trying to bring it up now, I think maybe one of the first things I would bring up is, I mean, if I was innocent, yeah, I'd probably be like, holy shit, I didn't do that. But I'd be like, nigga, and that shit was like 20 years ago. If I did do it, you still can't. Let's say I did do it. That's probably what he's doing. Let's say I did do it. It happened fucking 20 years ago. So it's over.
I mean, tell that to Bill Cosby.
That's why he only got 10 years.
I mean, shit, but that 10 years is a life sentence, and this nigga like 80. He gonna get out to what?
And I mean, it's not like who is ever gonna fuck Bill Cosby again? Like,
I mean, he had his wife. Have you seen his wife, Camille? No disrespect, she looks like she's in the fucking Black Panther women's the bald bitch squad. Like I said, no offense, but I use the bitch word, and I don't mean
bald
that.
Bitch squad.
Whatever they're called.
No offense though.
Whatever that's called, where they're all bald and shit, and got she's fucking Bill Cosby, and some other people I mean, dude, it literally doesn't matter. You can be any dude and you can fuck as long as you got some money. Look at Harvey Weinstein. I mean, he was doing some weird rapey shit too. But people were fucking his ugly ass.
No, I'm saying, who is going to be the women that step up to the plate now to fuck these dudes?
Any woman.
I can't imagine it.
Step up to the plate in their old age, dude. Didn't Hugh Hefner?
No, not even old age. You're a fucking serial rapist, nigga, and we know.
I mean, R. Kelly got those two girls that were living in Trump Tower. He got those two girlfriends now that were still fucking with him. That was in the cult.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I think I said it last week. If it's a big enough bag, people will do anything.
Don't you remember the video where she was like speaking from a unidentified location, and she said something to the news people that they didn't want, so the shadow in the background, and she shut up. That kind of shit. Like, okay, so just on a few people that we always bring up, can we just get a general consensus going on all of them? Is R. Kelly guilty? Mm-hmm. We're good with that. R. Kelly is definitely guilty of like some child sex.
But now only reason I defended him is in the statute of limitations thing is because A, we got a podcast to do, and B, I mean, the statute of limitations is there for a reason. I mean, what the fuck? I mean,
some pretty good weed. Anyways, keep going.
I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. The statute of limitations, it's on the books for a reason. If a lot of the crimes that he committed are beyond the statute of limitations, then we just kind of got to accept that, just like we did with Bill Cosby.
This is all up to a judge. It's up to the judge's discretion, I guess.
I mean, the statute of limitations is up to the judge's discretion.
I mean, depends on what state you're in. And yeah, a lot is up to the judge in a lot of these cases. I mean, if a judge decides to go more lenient,
if something is literally beyond me being able to be charged for it, I mean, what the fuck is there to talk about?
I mean, it's still... First off, R. Kelly has multiple charges. It's not like it's one
I know,
charge.
yeah. It's probably some that are within the legal range.
So I feel like he's screwed no matter what. It's just a matter of how screwed he is.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. Okay, so we got the consensus on R. Kelly. Let's just run down the list, I guess. We're pretty sure that Bill Cosby raped a lot of these chicks, right?
I mean,
there's still people out there.
Tell me why my girl is one of those fucking people
who are holding on to this
My girl is one of those people who is like, a lot of those girls that R. Kelly was with knew what they was doing. And like, why is that? And I asked her, like, okay, let's say you're right. Let's say you can trust a 15-year-old to know what they're doing with their life, right? Why is that the first thing you say? Like, why is that the first thing out your mouth?
Blame the woman because R. Kelly made great music. God damn it. That's why. That's what it boils down to. R. Kelly made music they liked in the past, so they're more inclined to defend him because he's the celebrity.
I just don't get it. Like, it's just like, I'm telling you that this man has raped, and she like, oh yeah, I get that. I understand that he is guilty. Like, I don't think that he didn't do it. But they knew what they was doing, and they parents, and this and that. And
so what does she think? Does she think that the girl should do some time too for knowing what they were doing? Or that R. Kelly...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or like, R. Kelly shouldn't do any time.
So they knew what they was doing. Now what? Like, right. What are you talking about?
It was still a 15-year-old that knew they wanted to fuck R. Kelly, but R. Kelly fucked the 15-year-old.
Like,
so should the 15-year-old go to jail? Or they're saying that R. Kelly probably should just not do time because the 15-year-old knew what she wanted.
Yeah, and our mama is one of these people who was like, they knew what they was doing. It's funny that so many women are... I don't ever really see... The only man I know that got that stance is Matthew. But it's so many women that I know that are like, it seemed like you would, you know what I'm saying? It seemed like you would, especially as a woman, somebody who is not impossible for the same thing to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? And maybe it is impossible because, you know, R. Kelly was luring these girls in with money and fame and this and that. And maybe my mom and my girl are beyond that. Maybe they better people than those. Maybe they better, you know, not better people, but better, you know, thought out and, you know, have more integrity than the women that R. Kelly went after. Mm-hmm. But it's like, why is that the first fucking...
Because I'm telling you, celebrity, when you look at all the cases, dude, I still... To this day, I went to the store and I saw Pepsi had some promotional deal where Michael Jackson is all over these cans. Okay.
Michael Jackson was never found guilty.
He was not. But are we rocking with the whole thing that Michael Jackson never did anything weird with any children at all?
I think Michael Jackson has... When
you objectively look at all of everything.
I think Michael Jackson has admitted, or it has been proven or something, that Michael Jackson... not necessarily had, you know, any type of sexual contact with little children, but that he like slept in the same bed as them or something like that.
Well, okay, of course that's what he's gonna say. Why would he ever admit to having sexual contact with all these children? And all these people who've come out over time, everybody tries to, like, you know, throw darts, shoot holes through their thing of like, no, you didn't know. So a lot of people jump to this defense to defend Michael Jackson, like, no, he didn't have inappropriate sexual contact with any of these children. And it all boils down to, he made good music I liked and he was a celebrity that I liked enough. Because if this was some rando, you wouldn't have all these people coming to the defense and we gotta grill the victim like, what was the date? What do you mean? Where did he touch you? No, it was on your shoulder. It was on your shoulder. Like, that type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and people only do it because he made Smooth Criminal. Because he made Off the Wall. He put together those melodies that I liked, bro. So I would take a bullet for Michael Jackson. I've heard Britney, our sister, literally say, Chris Brown, I know he beat Rihanna, but what did she do to make him beat her up that badly? And I still would get with him because he's cute. And he could sing. And he could do a front flip while he's dancing. He's Chris Brown. So what? She got back together with him afterwards. So, you know. But if this was a regular guy who looked like Chris Brown but probably couldn't sing and dance, I mean, would it be the same? Would people be like, oh, Chris Brown?
Maybe he could sing and dance, but not everybody cared about him singing and dancing. That's where it comes in, is that everybody get attached to these celebrities and they feel like, you know, when you get attached to an artist, you feel like their music is like for you. You feel like you almost feel like the music is personalized. But and then when you hear about them doing something heinous, like, I don't know about you, but when I heard about Louis, you know, acting weird, I was like, God damn it, Louis. God damn it, Louis.
But you get people with that thing. First off, I mean, I feel like when you really boil it down, everything gets complicated. I feel like a lot of those cases, people did do wrong. Or it could be more heavily perceived that they did wrong than the Louis thing, which is more like gray area-ish. But
no, Louis is absolutely a weirdo, and what he did was wrong.
But it's more gray area.
Of course, he is not a serial rapist.
Right.
And
he hasn't said I slept in bed with children. So is not like even like you can even give him more of a benefit of the doubt than Michael Jackson. But so there can be room for understanding when you saw the people jump to his defense. Some of the people who had the whole thing of like, well, some of these women said yes and they were consenting and they were this even if they felt.
Louis didn't do anything illegal, but he did do something wrong. That's what it is.
Did he come out with a statement? Didn't he come out with an apology right afterwards?
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're at, right? Like with the Louis thing, he came out, did stand up a few times. Everybody got outraged every time he comes out to do stand up, except the people in the building. They always stand up and give him like I don't know. It's a weird polar thing. Yeah. Because you get the people who hate him now, and then the people in the room who like, with you knowing what he did, knowing that he was kind of a creepy dude, they get up and they give him a standing ovation, I think, to be even more of a counter to all those people saying he shouldn't be doing what he's doing. They stand up and they roar and they cheer and they're like, oh, Louis. Clap, 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 clap. Like they love it so hard, bro. And it's kind of weird because you do know he did some weird shit. So it's like,
I don't know. I mean, because I would never say that, you know, I'm not a Louis C.K. fan anymore or something like that, because I mean, I'm the nigga who been making the separate the art from the artist shit I've been making that argument for years. But it does, like, you know, with Louis' content, it's especially tricky because a lot of his jokes revolve around
the inappropriateness. Some of, I guess that you could say that maybe he had
displayed. So it's kind of like it's even harder to fuck with Louis all the way if, you know, he was like, you know, I don't know. But at the end of the day, I just feel like, you know, just because I like this special, this 1 hour out of this man's life, it don't affect me. I mean,
no, I think as more time passes, I think, if he did come out with a new special today, you absolutely would get the outrage, heavy outrage. But you know, I think as time passes, you don't get the sentiment that people are down on you for like liking Louis.
Yeah.
Some people, it was a point in time where that was like, if you say you like Louis, you're condoning everything, and you're condoning the abuse of women.
I've never met anybody like that. Maybe you've seen some internet shit like that, but I ain't never met nobody who was like, "You still listen to Louis?" Well, I mean,
yeah, that's Twitter. Yeah,
I mean, one of my friends from high school, Jenny, she, when the Louis shit happened, like, she immediately came to me at school the next day, like just looking to see what I was gonna say, because she know how hard I rock with Louis, and it was just like, what can I say? I mean, the special's still fucking funny. I mean, I can't take away that he's a fucking comedic genius because he's like a fucking weirdo too.
Well, from being a wrestling fan, this is also the classic example of the Chris Benoit that people always still, what do you guys think of Chris Benoit? Knowing that's gonna like always fuck the comments up. Like anywhere that you do it, no matter if it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, people, you just got to bring up Chris Benoit. I've seen walkthroughs from gameplays where people are playing the game, like old games, and they're like, it lands on Chris Benoit, and they're like, no, we can't pick Chris Benoit.
We won't even say his name. That nigga.
He's persona non grata.
Yeah, nigga. That nigga.
He's X'd out. Yeah. Nigga. We cannot. He is he who must not be named.
Yeah, nigga.
I think ICP had the song.
Absolute Pariah. That Supreme Blientele was supposed to be.
Supposed to be called Chris Benoit
or Briss Benoit or something like that. I don't know.
Briss Benoit. Hold on, Supreme Clientele.
Or you know, they got it on Supreme Blientele. Oh, West Side Gun.
Okay.
You know, it's a song on Supreme Blientele. Brostface Brippler.
He couldn't say crossface, crippler crossface,
or Brostface Brippler, or yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, and just as to tie into the example,
But this is the same nigga who got a Hitler Wears Hermes 7 coming out.
Right.
So,
well, to tie back into that, I mean, I guess you also had, I mean, less so. But, I mean, and people can't really defend Chris Benoit, but the people who would be the defenders of Chris Benoit in this situation because of his celebrity are the people who like, he had great technical wrestling, the greatest performer.
One of the greatest performers I've ever seen.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, bro. You get like people say this and it's like celebrity will get you very far and get you a lot of leeway with people. It's crazy.
I mean, and it's because when he was performing, people felt like they were a part of Chris Benoit's life. So it's like now the person who I consider a role model is, is a
murderer?
Is a murderer? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. You're crushing their outlook.
Yeah. I just peeked the mic like a motherfucker.
And I guess let's bring it back around to R. Kelly. You remember the footage where people were just going crazy. This was during the time, I feel like a few months ago, this was Surviving R. Kelly. Mm-hmm. The whole hype around it and the outrage and the support for R. Kelly. I'm talking about the video where you had the two mobs, the R. Kelly mob and the anti-R. Kelly, and the R. Kelly mob came up and they were blasting fucking Step in the Name of Love out of car speakers and shit, and the anti-R. Kelly people were outraged, and it was a mess. So
that sounds pretty hilarious.
Celebrity will get you a lot of leeway.
That's hilarious. People arguing over this, like, you know what I'm saying? That just reminded me of like the fucking the Boston Massacre or some shit. Like,
whoa, where'd that come from?
The Boston Massacre. I mean, it just reminded me. Like, I'm making the comparison because it's like people fucking in real life, damn near fighting, and somebody. I would imagine somebody probably got hurt or something. You know what I'm saying? But they doing it over the fucking R. Kelly rather than the state of the fucking country or some shit. Right. Like people uprising. Like this is something like super. Like, why is it a fucking 100 people in Chicago
doing this?
Yeah, standing around and shit. Like, this is like a legal thing, bro. Let the fucking law handle it. Why is y'all fucking a bunch of fucking 40-year-old moms and shit?
I guess the biggest example of this will be the president, right? You think?
But the thing is that the president affects you.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's because he's the president, but he's also a celebrity. I think
he was a celebrity prior to being a president. It's funny how, like, when you listen to hip hop before Trump was a political figure,
are you saying
hip hop loved Trump?
Hold on. I think, did we see this example? First off, I've seen people use this whole argument that people with certain lyrics. I never got a sentiment before this. I heard people start using this whole example that hip hop was like super. Like, I never heard all the pro Donald Trump lyrics,
bro.
I don't know wherever they come from. Like, what songs are they come?
Hip hop loved. One thing. First song I can remember is something about Raekwon, or maybe it was something about Wu-Tang, and it was a Raekwon verse. It was like it was legendary too. I'm surprised I can't think of it right now, but but really, I guess it was just a lot of money comparisons.
Yeah,
like,
it sounded like it was a bunch of money comparisons more than they like were big up in Donald Trump.
But nigga, ain't nobody doing that now. Like, I'm trying to get rich like Trump, because now that's like, what? Like Trump?
I just saw a recent video where, did you see YG had like some dude come on stage? I think it was a white dude come on stage, and he was like, I asked you in the crowd, did you fuck with Trump? And you said you didn't know. So he was like, I need you right here tonight to decide. And tell us your name and say fuck Donald Trump. And the dude said no, and he was like, get him the fuck out of here. He a Trump supporter, so he had him kicked out. Is that discrimination? What do you think?
Damn, that's deep, nigga. That's deep. I don't even know where to start with that. Like, you just hit me with a lot of shit.
I mean, that's a video I saw. Some people have this whole sentiment that that you should like harass political opponents and shit. Like, have you seen this? Like, I've seen people be like, yes, Mitch McConnell should not be able to enjoy dinner anywhere while he's a threat to a free America and all this shit. So people are encouraging people to like ruin dinners and like
Mitch McConnell.
And like walk down the street after people and shit. Like, people are saying like, yes, if you are pro-Trump, you should not like enjoy freedom. And it's like, whoa, that's kind of like that's kind of like an extreme, right? Or what?
Or what? What you want me to say, nigga? Don't set me up like that, nigga. Or what, nigga? Of course it's extreme. I was just about to say about the YG thing. Of course it's wrong for him to have put him out because I bet that nigga ain't get a refund on that ticket. Like I bet that nigga ain't get a refund on that ticket. So it's
he probably did get a refund though.
I hope he did.
YG probably don't care about them giving him his $12 back.
Nigga, no, I want my $12 back, nigga. You just you embarrassed me and then kicked me out the show.
That don't fix the hurt, nigga. You still went through that moment.
I mean,
you still experienced it.
You'll get over it in a week.
Are you? If you got kicked out from a show, would you listen to that artist anymore? Like if
Tyler the Creator brought me on stage.
If an artist that you like dissed you publicly, bro, would you have to stop listening to that artist?
It all depends on how it happened. I mean, if Tyler the Creator said fuck Curtis, I'll be like,
no. What if he brought you on stage, wanted you to say some shit that you didn't want to say, and was like, get him out of here, get this clown out of here, and just kind of embarrassed you? Would you?
Well, I work there, so you can't get.
Well, no, put yourself in the situation. I
know if I was a normal concert goer,
if it wasn't at the rave, if it was at
Turner Hall, I guess.
Turner Hall.
If Tyler the Creator kicked me out of Turner Hall, I'll probably be a little embarrassed.
So you wouldn't? I mean, would you listen to him though?
No, I would keep listening to him. Yeah.
Would you associate every time you listen to him like, damn, remember when he was Tyler kicked me out?
I'll probably.
And he called me a clown and looked all angry.
I would
like every time you listen to that shit, you like, bro, I remember when Tyler kicked me out of that show, bro. He was angry, like made me feel stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you...
All right, we should start prefacing these shows, and I think it's a great idea. I think I like smoking during these shows, but we should preface this that we're getting ridiculously high during the course of this conversation.
I'm fine.
No, you just had the ugly laugh. So.
No, bro, that's ridiculous.
Run the tape back.
That was a pretty funny joke.
I'm unsure how Joe Rogan maintains composure when you're just smoking through a podcast.
No, Tyler the Creator, but no, that's funny as hell though. Like Tyler the Creator brought me on stage, told me to say "fuck my mama," and if I don't, I gotta leave. And then I don't, and then he kicked me out, and then he called me a clown really angrily. That would hurt my feelings. But that just seemed like some total outland. I bet that nigga never thought in a million years that YG was gonna bring him on stage and kick him the fuck out.
Right. So could you go back and listen to YG if you that guy? Would you go
YG
back and
ain't even that good, so I ain't gonna miss it. If I was at a YG, but like I said, let's use the Tyler example because I would care if it was Tyler. I would probably.
You have to give some time.
Yeah.
Like
I'd be like, damn, bro.
Eventually, you can turn back around and be like, all right, you still my hero.
Yeah.
See, and that's the power of celebrity.
Yeah, my it hurt my little feelings for a little while, but after a while, I'll be
Tyler doesn't think you're cool.
Bastard is
like
too hard.
He met you and he doesn't think you're cool.
I'll be like, bro, Bastard is too hard. I mean, what? Did I ever think that Tyler with me was gonna be best friends? I mean, I'm an adult. I can get over it after.
No, now
weeks.
You can't even be friends though, bro. Like, what if you are the guy who was up on stage with Lady Gaga? And she was fucking rubbing her coochie on him, and you just fucking Vader bombed her ass off the stage, bro.
Vader!
And she was like, bro, you gotta leave now. You have to exit. Now that you like...
The last thing she remember of you is you being on top of her while falling from a 10 feet drop.
And knocking the fucking... breaking a rib and all that kind of shit, bro. And now you have to leave. She's kind of pissed.
You do some shit like that to her and shit.
Right. She's kind of pissed. And she made you leave. Would you listen to Lady Gaga after that?
These artists, it don't emotionally get to me because I don't give a fuck about YG and Lady Gaga. So you gotta say somebody I care about.
All right. Since we're gonna play the technicality,
I don't give a fuck about Lady Gaga, nigga.
If it was somebody you give a fuck about,
then I would. Like I said, my feelings will probably be hurt for a little month, and then after a while, I'll probably think it's funny, and then I'll listen to you again. I think, you know what I'm saying? I think I'll get over it because I'm a big boy and
Well, what about Kanye? He seems like one of these celebrities that he has...
Hold on, is this a new segment?
Yeah, I guess so.
Because I was like 2. I'm about to stop.
I mean, all right, yeah, it's a new segment. We're talking about Kanye. And I guess it ties back to the last segment too. I guess the theme of this episode is a celebrity and the power of it. It seems like Kanye is one of these people that people can be up and down on him, but it doesn't seem to ever really affect his bottom line. Like the whole him and Trump thing, which we referenced earlier with the 00000 password, and just him doing all the shenanigans and whatevers. I think he just came out now and said that Democrats brainwash black people and make them abort babies. What do you think of Kanye's statements? I'm setting you up today just for all the questions. Do you agree that Democrats are brainwashing blacks and making them abort babies? And will this affect Kanye's career going forward? Probably not, because Jesus is King is still high.
Okay, say that one more time for me. Democrats are making black people abort babies.
Yeah, they're brainwashing black people and making them abort babies. Or I guess what he means is making them think it's cool to abort babies when he doesn't think it is.
Well, I don't think anybody is pro-abortion. Mm-hmm. I think people are just pro the option of abortion.
But I mean, from the sounds of it, he doesn't seem like he's one. I think he's just pro-life. Mm-hmm. So I think he's on the opposite side of that. Kanye comes out with all these controversial takes, statements, and everything, and it doesn't ever seem to affect him one way or another either.
I mean, because I don't know.
People get pretty pissed, but then as soon as he comes out with a gospel record, we back on that like fucking black shea butter Twitter shit, you know. You gotta give me something to work with this show, dude.
No,
all
bro.
this dead air.
No, bro. It's just okay. I have to think about this a little bit because it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to say to Kanye thinking that Democrats are making people of like?
These are controversial takes.
Yeah, like what the fuck am I supposed to say? Like, I don't think that Democrats are brainwashing black people to abort babies.
Well, not specifically about that issue. What do you think about Kanye and all the shit around that? Like,
well, I mean, this classic Kanye. Jesus King is out. He on the roll.
So Kanye, like, all this bad behavior, I think makes him Teflon because people are like, that's Kanye.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about what Kanye is doing. And then I'm mad at Kanye. Then what? Like, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, release the album. Like,
release the album. Give me music,
nigga. I don't
drop that music.
I mean, it's the only thing that I care about Kanye and this whole, going all the way back to any fucking release around Kanye. I'm thinking mainly of the Life of Pablo rollout because that shit was so crazy. With the like, he kept giving people a reason to talk about him and his album. Mm-hmm. He changed the album title 1 million times. He, started releasing. He did that one thing where he was releasing the initials of the album, and everybody was, debating on what it was.
I feel like Kanye.
And then when the album came out, he released updated mixes of the album, and then he, what I'm saying, he just kept giving people a reason to talk about the Life of Pablo. He did the same thing with the latest Stringer releases he had last summer. You know what I'm saying?
Do you agree? I just had a thought off the top of my head that Kanye is a rapper for hype beasts. Like his whole thing, he's a hype beast. He is the hype beast rapper. Like his whole shit is centered around just hype and like rando shit and releasing the initials and people going crazy over this shit over the internet. People going crazy. Jesus is King is coming. It's dropping on this date, and then it didn't drop, and then it's dropping on. Oh, I need that new Kanye. It's like. Holy shit.
That's what he do.
It's just hype. Kanye,
I think, like 6ix9ine, but for a much longer period of time, is just a master at creating controversy and making people talk about him, no matter if it's good, bad, me saying I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's the goal is to keep people. What Kanye doing now? What he say? He said black people did what? He said he wore the Trump hat? He did this? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And cause I don't get what, like, okay, I'm mad. Now what? You know what I'm saying?
Now you
Like,
don't ever listen to Kanye.
I mean,
again, he's banished.
I guess I need to announce that on Twitter too. You know?
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I don't know. It's just I want Kanye for the music. Of course, I think Kanye got some other shit going on. I hope this whole Christian shit helps him.
Oh, I saw a report that he was not going to perform any of his old songs ever again. Because he's on this like, you know, gospel tip. So now he's not perform. He does not plan on performing any of his old material pre Jesus is King ever again.
Who going to that show? Not me. Not fucking Curtis.
Fickle fan right here. You don't want to stick and grow with Kanye.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, and it's not like you would go to a Kanye show anyway. It's hype beast fucking land there too. I think you're gonna be paying $1 billion to be under the stage that he's ranting from.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to see Kanye anyway because just like
I think who will be there. Who do you think you'll be surrounded by at a Kanye concert?
I wouldn't go see Kanye because just like any of like Kendrick or you know what I'm saying, I've seen a lot of these shows where it's just like, why the fuck am I there? I'm gonna watch it on the fucking 200-inch video wall anyway. So why the fuck am I there?
Because they gotta have pyro and fucking, you know, lasers and shit. So you gotta watch it. You gotta watch the big screen.
The only way I would go to one of those shows is if I was able to move around freely how I do now when I go to shows.
You better hope you get invited to a fucking NPR fucking
yeah, bro.
KEXP fucking radio in the studio gig.
I'm not fucking with no huge fucking show where the stadium is the size of a fucking football arena.
Are you going to a festival? You going to Rolling Loud?
I don't know. I don't think I would have to see what the fuck is going on. Like,
maybe you'll go.
If maybe I don't want to go.
You're gonna be in a big crowd.
I would much rather.
You will be in a big crowd.
See, yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I just don't really. I don't know.
Riot Fest was pretty nice when I went a couple of years ago. Yeah, you're standing out in the field. You're in a big ass crowd, and I mean with Rolling Loud, I'm suspecting that gets even bigger. But and I mean it's cool because it's outdoors. They right there. You can look up and see them up on the stage. But I mean the negatives is you got to be around 1 million fucking people and far back.
Can somebody film this shit and I'll pay $20-$30 to watch that? That's what I'm gonna do. Cause I'm not, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? I'm paying $100 so I can be fucking 200 feet away. And it's just like, I'm about to watch it on this fucking, man, nah. I don't want to go see Drake. I don't want to go see fucking Kendrick, bro. I would like to see Kendrick, but I'm not going to, nah.
And it's a definitive no that we don't want to see Kanye if he's only performing Jesus is King from here on.
Nigga, Kanye could say, I want to perform that shit in your room, nigga. And I would be like, bro, do Heartless or do fucking something, nigga. Like, you can do a couple joints, but nigga, you about to do the whole album?
Like a couple joints?
You about to do the whole album like you the Beach Boys, nigga? No.
Certain people do that. I remember Nas was on a tour where he was doing Illmatic.
And that's hard. That's hard. I would love to see I've never seen a show where an artist just did the album. I would love to see that. You know what I'm saying? You could make the whole show centered around the album theme, and I would love to see that. Like when the Beach Boys was in town, I would have loved to see that. Or Eric B and Rakim, they came through and did the whole Paid in Full. I would love to see that. But I don't want to see I don't want a Tyler the Creator only doing fucking Wolf. Why? He got so many good songs. Why are you only doing Wolf?
No, he's only going to do that last record. What was it called?
Igor. No, bro. I don't want to see. Like, no, you can't even fucking sing, bro. Like, I don't want to. That album is a studio album. It exists because you were in the studio.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that he performs the majority of that, right? Tyler is one of those artists who performs his newest shit. Like when you see the set list at the shows, they are made mostly of newer shit with like a sprinkle of like some old shit. Like you said you want to see Troncat. I don't think you're getting Troncat. I think like you might get a lot of the new shit from Flower Boy.
My nigga did Yonkers, bro.
From Igor, he would do Yonkers because Yonkers is the big shit. And he'll probably do fucking If we could just think of like another one, maybe he'll do.
He gonna do See You Again. He gonna do He gonna do probably Buffalo. He probably gonna do
shit from Cherry Bomb and shit from Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy, and Igor, and you might get like one or two, I bet, songs from Goblin.
And those are going to be She and Yonkers. They are going to be, nigga. Maybe Sandwiches, because Sandwiches go hard. But I can't see him. Did he do Sandwiches when we saw him?
I don't remember. I remember it being a lot of newer songs.
Yeah.
He did most of the Flower Boy album.
If he did Sandwiches, I probably would have remembered that. So If he do something off of Goblin, it's going to be one or two songs, and it's going to be She or Yonkers.
So, hold on. Let me just see his most recent set list that went down yesterday in Texas.
Oh, Tyler, the Creator, on tour right now?
Yeah. So 19 songs. Igor's Theme. I Think. A Boy Is a Gun. New Magic Wand. Like, this is all that new album. Puppet. Earthquake. 911.
Stop.
I Fucking Hate You. Gone Gone. Okra. Tamale. Yonkers. She. Who That Boy. Boredom. Running Out of Time. What's Good, See You Again, and Are We Still Friends?
She and Yonkers, nigga. You ain't getting nothing else. Y'all want to hear that old shit?
I mean, he got Tamale in there. He got Tamale.
Tamale is good, but it's not off of Goblin. I'm saying, but I bet
it's off of
I bet when he did She and Yonkers back to back, right?
Let's see. Yonkers and then She.
I bet he was like, y'all want that old shit, and it was like,
he played Yonkers and She.
Yes, nigga.
That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yonkers and She, right?
Yeah, that's what they wanted. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
But
so why are you so problem, bro?
Anyway.
You gotta fucking hate you. That was Wolf. I mean, Wolf at this point is almost gotta be considered classic Tyler, right? Like, it's been a while. Like, it's been 3 albums, bro. It's been fucking Cherry Bomb, Flower Boy, Igor.
No, it ain't classic Tyler. Classic Tyler is Goblin and Bastard and all that shit that was around back then. Like,
I mean, Wolf got Rusty and all that shit. Classic shit with
fuck
Earl.
That. Well, I mean, not fuck Rusty, but it just, as a whole album, it's not the same as Bastard and Goblin. It's not the same.
But it's not the same as like that new crop after it. It's not like Cherry Bomb with so much.
I would group.
It didn't have so many R&B cuts on it. Like
it did have R&B cuts on it though.
But it didn't have. It wasn't the same as how it got. It wasn't him singing. Ooh.
I would group Bastard and Goblin, and then I would group Wolf and Cherry Bomb, and then I will group these last 2 albums.
Wolf and Cherry Bomb? No. Cherry Bomb was such a weird departure with the production shit being the way it was, and that's when you really started getting some.
But what if we just talking about R&B. If we just talking about eras, and like if we just talking about the feeling that I was feeling around those times, I would group those albums like that.
I don't know, man. Wolf still comes off.
You can throw the OF Tape Volume 2 in that Wolf and Cherry Bomb mixture.
Wolf, Jumbo, Cowboy, Awkward.
Not to say that Wolf isn't good. I'm not trying to say that Wolf isn't good. It's just more similar to Cherry Bomb than it is to the previous Trash 2
Wang.
albums.
I can't see it, bro. It's still in that like weird, more immature stage than it is in that I'm like coming of age and making R&B music. It still has references to like high school, killing people, murder. Like after this album, that's not a thing anymore. You don't get that so much anymore. You don't get edgy Tyler so much. This is when he started not being edgy.
Of course, it didn't just, it was still some, it kind of didn't just happen like that, but Wolf is more similar to Cherry Bomb than it is to the previous 2 albums.
I would say how so?
Production, the topics.
The topics are still like,
he talking. It's previous to Wolf, there was pretty much no flexing in this Tyler music because he probably couldn't flex. After, when Wolf came around, we start hearing about McLarens and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now, bro. Like, we start getting a schoolboy, or not a school, we start getting features, like industry features. You know what I'm saying? We got an Erykah Badu feature on there. Wolf? We got a fucking, He got isn't Charlie Wilson on fucking?
I mean,
am I tripping?
He got Pharrell.
Yeah, I mean, he started getting industry features when Wolf came around, so it's different than Goblin and Bastard, which I would imagine are mostly self-produced or in-house produced by the Odd Future camp, or produced by Tyler himself. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. It's different. The beats are different. The vibe is different. Like even just look at the album covers. Like it's different.
I mean, the Wolf album cover is a meme. It's the meme of like the class picture of somebody sitting there and then they fucking the other face there and shit.
But even so, it just when I look at all the alternate covers for Wolf and then the Cherry Bomb cover or whatever, it just look like that version of Tyler. You know what I'm saying? It's lighter colors. You know what I'm saying? Goblin, Cherry Bomb, Goblin Bastard, it just looked like on some more edgy, dark shit. The album covers just look like it. You know what I'm saying? But how do we even start talking about this? Are you ready? Sure. You ready
Let's
to
get into the Danny Brown? Go ahead, set it up then.
But I mean, no, let's finish the whole Tyler thing. I mean, you got anything else to say? I mean,
no, we've had this conversation.
I just think it's three different eras of Tyler. You got the new R&B Tyler. You got he fucking, got these fucking arrangements. It seemed to be more based on arrangement and song structure and composition rather than having hard bars and hard beats and shit like that. And then you got the Cherry Bomb Wolf shit, which was kind of the worst era of Tyler. If we look at it like Cherry that. Then you got the classic shit.
You're harsh on Wolf.
Then you got I'm not harsh on Wolf. I think Wolf is really good. It's the worst era of Tyler.
Yeah, maybe.
I would take the new Tyler or classic Tyler versus Wolf and Cherry Bomb. But this is just, imaginary fucking grouping that I've created in my head about, one of my favorite writers.
I don't know. The Odd Future Reddit might agree or disagree. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. I should put it over there. See what the fuck they talking about.
But, all right. Let's get into Danny Brown. What's the name of this one?
You know what I'm saying.
Oh,
something.
Well, I got the track list pulled up right here. So, yep. You know what I'm saying. 2019. It's about 33 minutes, 11 songs, released October 4th, 2019. What'd you think?
I think it was really good. It was, oh shit. I think it was really good. I wasn't expecting it to sound like this. I kind of actually, really I ain't forget about Danny Brown, but he kind of went so long without dropping that I kind of just, forgot about Danny Brown in a certain sense. But I'm glad that he came back, with some shit that I fuck with. It's more, off bat, it's more experimental than any Danny Brown project.
You think? It's more experimental?
Maybe Atrocity Exhibition was...
Yeah, compared to some of these other albums, like Atrocity Exhibition.
But I don't know.
It would seem less accessible than this album, Atrocity Exhibition.
Maybe it was. I don't know. But Atrocity Exhibition was I didn't like it as much as this album, so maybe that's why I'm
well, okay, I also think this was a pretty good album. I feel like it sounded to me almost like a continuation of maybe of a little Triple X style, more because I feel like after Triple X he took a bit of a detour. You had it was Old after Triple X, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
You had Old, which was a bit of a different style. It seemed like one of those, when you used to listen to somebody on mixtape back a few years ago, and then they would go over to the album, it would be a lot more theatrical. It'd be a lot more
production quality would be a bit higher.
It'd be production quality, and it seemed like songs would go out of the way to seem more epic.
Yeah.
So I feel like Old was a bit ambitious sounding compared. Well, Triple X was ambitious sounding too, especially for a mixtape. But I think Old tried to ratchet it up another level as far as the production and the theatrics of it. And then you had Atrocity Exhibition, which I felt was trying to be, if not experimental, at least conceptual in the way everything was laid out. The tracks, I think it was a whole thing about somebody who was on drugs or addicted to drugs or whatever, and the whole uh cycle of that. So this album seemed more like a collection of good, straightforward Danny Brown tracks under production that is less dark than I feel the last two albums. Some of these songs are, they have more of a electronic beat thing. Everything isn't about someone's mental psyche.
I've heard a lot of off time signatures and things of that nature. You got a lot of Q-Tip production on this thing. He seemed to be the most brought up producer on this project, and it just a lot of the songs like Savage Nomad, probably my favorite song. Yeah, give you that more boom bap, like that hard Danny Brown type feel. It kind of remind me of like, I don't know, a song like not Adderall Admiral, but like Outer Space, or no, Outer Space was even more, but it's like that hard Danny, or like Bruiser Brigade, something like that, something like, that very. It seemed like he got a lot of electronic influences, but they, vary in tone from like you just said, dark to light. And a lot of his older shit, a lot of my favorite shit is that, super gritty shit. And that's how Savage Nomad remind me of. But like a track like You Know What I'm Saying, like the title track, it's kind of upbeat. Not upbeat necessarily, but not so dark and more sing-songy. Danny, I think, tried to sing more on this project than he's ever done.
Yeah, some songs were even silly. Yeah, but it was refreshing to hear Danny over some of these beats, because I'm a big Danny Brown fan from even back years ago. So I've listened to most of those mixtapes, like of course Triple X. Then you had Hybrid.
That shit is my shit.
Even down to Hot Soup. I listened to the fucking joint mixtape with Tony Yayo. I listened to the multiple Detroit State of Minds, 1, 2, 3, whatever. It's an art from way back. So he's flowed on different types of beats before, like a lot of different types of beats. A lot of his beats from back in the day, I remember, were like Dilla beats, but that can just be chalked up to the Detroit shit. But I've heard him over maybe some boom bap beats. But it seemed like he took a break from that for a while to be more on the darker, experimental, grittier side of beats.
Yeah.
On the last two records. So it was pretty refreshing to hear beats that I just didn't expect he would hop on, and even then they sounded good. A lot of the beats fit his style of rapping, his flow, and gave him room to, play around and do the Danny Brown style.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. Savage Nomad was a great track. Belly of the Beast, I feel like the beat for that one was kind of nasty when I first heard it. I'm like, I
you didn't like it?
No, I mean nasty in a good way.
I'm like, damn, I like that.
I don't remember Three Tiers so much. Change Up was alright. It was good to get things going.
Change Up, I think, is a really good intro track. I love the guitar on that track. It just feels more like the Danny Brown I'm used to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It feel like this album is starting. It's probably, he probably couldn't have picked a better starting song for this project, unless I didn't hear a song. You know what I'm saying? But out of all the songs on here, that song, I think it kind of set the tone more than anything else. Like, it kind of grabbed my attention, and it really made me be like, oh shit, it's new Danny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of gave it that, like how you said, the more epic theatrical type vibe.
Mm-hmm. Best Life was all right.
Kind of sound like an old Western.
We got Best Life. That was all right. Probably nothing I would double back to too much, but it was a serviceable.
It was I think a lot of these Q-Tip beats are, that's what's making the album so bright, I believe. Is that,
so how many were Q-Tip?
You got Dirty Laundry, Best Life, goddamn Combat at the end, which I think is a pretty good.
Okay, Shine and Combat were both pretty good.
Yeah,
like the album ended on a pretty good high note.
I think Combat is, one of my favorite songs off this project, not necessarily because of any like crazy bars or shit like that, but just because of just the arrangement and how the track is produced and how Danny, you know, kind of just like it kind of just ended things off on a really lighthearted note.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of albums try to make it very epic and crazy and something super, you know, dark at the end or super like big, but it was kind of just like, okay, this album's over and we chilling now.
I think it was a good album.
Yeah.
I think the production.
Three Tears is hard as fuck.
Okay, I gotta double back and listen to that one, but I think production really.
What the fuck, nigga? How you didn't listen to that one? It's a Run the Jewels feature. Oh my god!
I'm not crazy about Run the
Oh
Jewels.
my god! Nigga.
Like Run the Jewels are like a rap phenomenon and all this kind of shit. But I'm not like a big Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels, like I'm not that guy. You know what I'm saying? Like I heard them, they're cool.
I guess it's not listed. Their feature isn't listed on the project. Like it's not listed on the name. But I mean, nigga, it's like one of the most memorable tracks. When I first heard it, I'm like, is that LP?
Run the Jewels is almost like a Brockhampton to me, where I know they're a big giant thing and a big deal, but it's just like I listen to it.
I love Brockhampton.
And then I go about my day. Like it's cool, it's there. It's nothing I connect with, especially. It's nothing that I'm like, damn.
Have you listened to RTJ like that?
Probably here and there. I don't think I've sat down and listened to like I'm about to listen to this just dedicated full album.
My first record.
But it sounds like dudes are rapping. It sounds like some nice fucking rapping. It doesn't sound like anything that I'm like,
dudes are rapping.
I'm gonna come back to it. I mean, it doesn't sound like anything that will draw me back from what I've heard. And that would be like, oh, this is crazy.
Yeah,
it's cool. The production is great from RTJ. From what I remember, it's stupid beats. It's great rapping, but it feels serviceable to me. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably out there. I have perceptions sometimes about certain artists or music until I sit and I listen to the album from start to finish, and then I come out with a completely different image because I have a fuller picture now than just like songs from here and there. I do know that there's a lot of RTJ hype. So when there's a lot of hype around something, I tend to usually, for some reason, want to not.
I think the RTJ hype is past
at this point.
Yeah, I mean, RTJ hype I think was at its peak around like RTJ 3, but that was 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
So yeah, I don't know, but I do know I like the Danny Brown album here. It was, I mean, I liked Atrocity Exhibition too. It took time it had to grow on me though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Because at first when I listened to it, I'm like, what is he doing?
Some of these tracks had to grow on me. Like I would say that, like the way a lot of these tracks start are very, like, what is happening, and then the drums come in and it's like, okay, that's what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I think I feel that way about. Most definitely Savage Nomad. That track, like the way the sample come in, it's like a fucking flute or fucking something. Like
I feel like I like that from the jump.
Yeah, no, but it's not that I didn't like it. I was just confused about what the fuck is happening rhythmically.
Mm-hmm.
Like what the fuck is going on? Because I think the rhythm kind of keep the song grounded. While the melodies kind of make you feel whatever you feel about the song, but once the drum loop kind of came on, I was like, oh, like, but it seemed like it came on like an off timing, and that's one thing I really remember about this album, that a lot of the songs I wouldn't say are like in different time signatures, but a lot of the instruments featured in a lot of these songs, they have it's a lot of 3-bar loops. A lot of, fucking weird, shit going on when it comes to just the rhythmic arrangement and how things are laid out. That's one thing that a lot of the songs, left me wonder. I mean, had me in not left me wondering, but had me while listening to the song, had me kind of in a, how do you describe it? Just lost. I was just lost. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I could see that too, but I feel like there's a level of experimentation now. I mean, a little bit less so with this album, but it was still there. I
think this is his most experimental shit, besides Atrocity Exhibition.
I feel like there was elements.
But Atrocity Exhibition didn't go over well for me.
I feel like there's elements of experimentalism in a lot of his music past a certain point, especially when you get around to XXX, because it's a lot of his beats are beats that not just everybody will, I think, choose.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's one thing about Danny Brown overall is that his beat selection is not only different, but it's amazing as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's one of the things that helps him stick out.
Yeah.
The way he does. So, overall, it's an album I'm pleased with. He can, go away for a year or two and know that he put out a good album and not one that, I'm indifferent on. So.
Yeah, he got a haircut,
He got
start wearing sweaters.
So there you go. Danny Brown. You know what I'm saying?
I think it was a good 8.
Oh, okay. I would say so too. Nothing too, egregious about it.
Probably feel differently in a little bit longer, but I think it was a good 8. It's probably gonna be something that I'm listening to consistently. A lot of these albums that we listen to, I only listen to them for the podcast, but this seemed like one of the projects that I'm gonna be, riding around listening to, walking to and from school listening to, shit like that.
Well, there you go. So we've done
that's the review.
We've done about a good hour here.
Yeah,
went by pretty quick.
Yeah, about 55 minutes.
Well, we will be back next week.
Yeah.
With another RNDM Cuts. Thank you, everybody.
What we reviewing next week?
For joining us. We'll figure it out.
You don't know?
Like, subscribe.
You don't know?
Hit that bell on the side.
Hold on, you don't know?
I mean, do we ever know?
Yeah, we always know. Only time we didn't know is...
I mean, we kind of sit here and go, what are we going to do for a while until we think of it? But
so you don't know?
I'm saying I want to spare the listeners 3 minutes of their lives of hearing us.
So you don't know?
No.
Okay.
Do you have a thing? You have a suggestion?
Nah.
Then get the fuck out of here. Hey,
it's not my turn, so I didn't give a fuck.
This is RNDM Cuts. We'll be back next week with something in hand. And thank you guys. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wouldn't be possible unless it was for viewers like you.
Yeah. My guy WRU, you just as much as part of the show as we are. You like the third member, nigga, because you we perform and you watch.
Yeah.
And that's what'll keep the show going.
We need to get him a seat in here.
Yeah.
Just for him. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Yep.
Bye.